You know, there was
during the
this one
second
time I
time
got a
running.
call from the police, and they said they got the mayor here hanging off a bridge
Okay.
because he crashed his car, and it was just Ugug hanging off a bridge, screaming.
Balls hanging low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the go.
Ladies and gentlemen, hustlers and heavy hitters, welcome back to the Pimp Protocol, where power meets personality, and the truth gets served in a custom tailored stew. And tonight, we're bringing in a man who has seen it all. From behind the shades and beyond the velvet ropes of politics, he's not just muscle in a suit, he's the myth, the legend, the man who has guarded my clumsy self to 2 terms and over 100 assassination attempts. Let's go ahead and give it up for the United States Secret Service Director, Chris Hansen.
Ooh, how we doing, Cornelius?
Hey,
It's great to
Chris.
see you.
Great to see you too, man. It's been all right. So while Chris over here gets comfortable, let's just make it clear this is not just some random security detail, folks. Okay, this is a deep dive into the leadership and the life behind the Black Suburban. We're talking about what it really takes to protect the most powerful people on Earth, the chaos behind the closed doors, and a few stories that I probably should not even be legally talking about. So let's go ahead and buckle up, pour a little something smooth, and get ready because this one's lock loaded and straight out of the VIP file. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Chris, how has your day been, man? What's been your experience so far here in the studio?
Today, it's been a quite slow day for me. I've been off duty all day, but this is a definitely the highlight of my day. I've just been relaxing. The studio here is beautiful. The tour is wonderful, and this room is definitely something else you got going on here. It's definitely something to be proud of.
No, yeah, I think that's like the main attraction right now, which is this podcast room, which is honestly, it's probably the most important thing because this is what you guys as the audience see. And obviously our guests, but the environment matters a lot. And we put a lot of effort into this thing. We had to manually just do every single little thing down to the smallest detail, and it worked out in the end. I'm glad you're happy with it, Chris.
Oh, oh,
And
plenty.
I'm very surprised that you had an easy day today, man, because normally I see you on details every single day, bro. I mean, no breaks. Is this like, are you happy that you're getting
Oh, it's
an opportunity like this, or?
it's definitely it's definitely busy. With vice governor, governor, mayor of Blaine County, mayor of Los Angeles. You know, all kinds of stuff. Not only that, but we it there's never a dull moment in the state when it comes to criminals doing a little bit of criminal activity involving us.
You know, actually speaking on criminals and actually, I used to be friends with these people, and actually for my own safety, we're still friends. But what is your opinion on the Rusty Boys?
Ooh, that's
From
that's you know
from you could correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, they've been trying to play golf with you, and you've been ghosting them, Chris.
So the Rusty Boys for a long time have been antagonizing governors, vice governors, mayors. They threaten them, send them threatening letters, harass them, do all kinds of things, like that. So, my opinion of them is, I think they're risk to be around my protectees, and they're definitely unpredictable.
I mean, have you ever gotten along with them at all? I mean, sometimes they could seem friendly. I mean, most of them are pretty friendly with me, except they might have a little stalking problem. But I mean,
Yeah, most of my encounters with them aren't hostile per se, um, but their attitudes are hostile. That's all. Never, they've never done anything to me personally or while I'm around.
do you
But
think that might be coming sometime?
the way they run their news network, it makes it seem that way. They're always calling out the vice governor and threatening him and anyone who is in agreement with him, and they threaten my department as well and tell us to give up the vice governor. So it's a little tense at times.
I got you. And look, Chris, I just want to say this real quick, okay? Because it kind of seems like it a little bit. You're off the job right now, man. You're off duty, and I understand that you're the director. You got to be professional, all that, okay? But you're here right now on the PIN protocol. You're here to have fun, okay? I want you to be loose. I don't want you to be using none of those fancy words or trying to be all professional. You know, I mean,
What
the
kind of
reason you're
fancy
here,
words?
big words, big words.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll keep the words
but look,
small.
you're here because we want the people of San Andreas to get to know you. Okay, everybody knows you, but they don't really know you. You know what I mean? And that's what we're here for today. We want to get to know you as a person, as a friend, and just as a leader in the state of San Andreas. So I just want you to be loose. Okay, just be yourself. Don't be your professional self. Just be yourself. All right.
Okay, got you.
So tell the world about you, Chris. I want you to tell everything there is to know about you. A Chris Handsome handbook. Come on.
Well, I like to keep my private life private, but I can, I do got a nice family life. I do get to enjoy every day when I go home. I'm grateful I get to go home to them every day. Um, I've been doing this a long time, about 11 years now. Secret Service here. Um,
In this state,
no,
11 years,
just overall
just
in
overall.
total around. Um, in this state, I've been here just coming up on 3.5 years. Um, Running the ship down here in San Andreas, and it's been a pleasure ever since. I've gotten to meet so many people over the 3.5 years, meet all the important people around the state, and everyone in between. So many citizens I know. I know so many people. It's a great state to live in. Honestly, I have never lived in a better state.
I mean, yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's never, well, at least in the time that you've been here, there's never been a switch in like department head for the Secret Service at all. It's just been you and your second in command, Ryan.
Yeah. So in the early days, um, the state had no need for security on governors. Rance Black used to drive around his pickup truck, Um,
Right.
but as time went on, the state's, crime rate went up, the violence got worse, the political system was starting to become at jeopardy to such things. So, um, it was ruled by, um, everyone in the courts and stuff that Secret Service come on down here in San Andreas and start protecting these people because they're at risk now. And it's been a crazy show ever since we've been here. It's never a dull moment, that's for sure.
Yeah. How many governors has there been? Because I've lost count. I'm gonna be honest.
I'd have to check on my website there, but
Oh
there
yeah,
has been definitely, I've been through all of them, so it's hard to
yeah.
keep that exact
Be
number.
hey, okay, hey, Chris. Be honest. Be honest. Okay. Be on. Who was the most fun governor? Come on. Come on. Be honest. Be honest,
I like to
Chris.
keep those opinions,
I look. I know you got to
private.
be neutral. I
I gotta
know.
be
I know,
unbiased.
Chris. I know you got to be unbiased. I know you got to be neutral. But I mean, come on. You got to say at least something. You can't say anything.
I gotta say that there's two that are
Two that are equal. Okay.
equally fun.
do do those two have
Let me
happen to
just say you're
both
one
be?
of them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's all that matters. I'm
I
number
knew
one.
that's what you were getting at.
Well, I was gonna ask this. What do those two governors happen to both be two-time?
Absolutely.
Right. So I think everybody knows who they're talking about. Obviously, I'm what I'm saying. Look at these split your hair, anyways. Um, but like, I'm glad you admitted to that. Okay, and let's be real here. Okay, how many times did you have to stop me from almost getting myself killed in the most dumbest way
There's
possible?
no there's no way to accurately count that number.
Yeah, so
Um
so that means a lot.
yeah, when I think of you, I think of you running around the streets in your underwear,
Oh,
grabbing people and jumping off cranes with parachutes.
I mean, but I mean, it was fun though. I mean,
It
you
was
gotta. I mean, it might have
definitely
been,
the most
made.
entertaining.
Yeah, it could have made your job harder. I will admit
You
that. But
definitely didn't help with my blood pressure and stress levels.
right. Okay. Well, let's see. Actually, on a scale of 1 to 10, throughout my both of my terms, how hard do you think it was to protect me or any of my protectees at the moment? Because I don't know if you remember or not, but
It was
um,
pretty easy to protect you because you
really,
were friends with a lot of people. You were liked by a lot of people. It was harder to protect you from yourself than other people, if I'm being
okay.
quite honest.
What do you mean by that?
Just flying along, in Marine One, and the governor decides, yeah, this is my stop, and he jumps out with his parachute. That's you, a little risky at times.
It's okay though, and I don't know if you remember, but during my second term, I think it was the last like quarter. Um, I I did pick a new mayor. Uh, Spy Kids, the one and only.
Oh,
Ugug.
one of the most classic mayors to ever serve in this state.
Yeah, what did you think about him?
I thought it was a t- was he was appointed.
Yeah, he was appointed.
I thought, what a missed opportunity for an election.
What?
It's
You don't like him?
not that I don't like him, it's just, we're talking about that, come on,
I
I didn't
mean,
vote for the guy.
he almost went against me, right? On
There was
During the
this one
second
time I
time
got a
running.
call from the police, and they said they got the mayor here hanging off a bridge
Okay.
because he crashed his car, and it was just Ugug hanging off our bridge, screaming, "Oh!"
Oh my god.
And yeah, so that's my memories of him. That sums it up.
You have a really good impression of him. Can you do that again?
Come on,
Come on, come on,
Spike it.
bro.
I
Oh
want to
my
join
god.
Secret Service.
You know, Ugug and the Rusty Boys would have gotten along very well.
Oh, he could have been a commander there.
Really, I'm pretty sure all the Rusty Boys come like from the same family. Like they all look the exact same
Yeah,
except
they
their
probably
hair
all got
color
the
and
same
stuff.
mother.
Oh, really? Wait, what? How many of them are there, dude? That's crazy.
Some of their mothers are probably sisters.
Oh, that might explain a lot, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you, but um, you know, I just want to know more about you, just outside of the Secret Service, and if you weren't in the Secret Service, right? Like, if let's say that was never an option in this state, and you still stayed here, what would you be doing? Like, would you be trying to be an action star, or would you be part of a different department? What would you be trying to do?
Uh, if you want an honest answer, I wouldn't want to leave, and I'd be trying to stay in Secret Service.
No, I mean, but let's say Secret Service never existed, though. Like, what would you be doing instead? You do
I'd
anything
probably
else?
just be a police officer.
For real?
Similar.
Damn, hold up. I gotta. There you go. I had to get more comfortable. I'm sorry,
That's all
but
right.
yeah,
You got to
you
bend those
police
knees a
up.
little.
Yeah, but as you know, what I'm saying, we used to shake it back then.
Oh
Mm,
yes, I
Oh
got the
yeah,
classic videos of you thug shaking it all over.
for real. Yeah, I try to put some of those on the TV, but unfortunately, it didn't work. So, but yeah, I mean, I want you to take us a little bit into the back doors of what you guys do at the Secret Service. I know I just said didn't really want to talk about that. I want to get to know you, but I think a lot of people are also interested on your job, right? Especially you as director. So, what is one thing that you think the public never understands about your job?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that they think we can control our protectees. They think we can tell the mayors and governors whatever uh, we want. Um, when the truth of the matter is, we make have the only time we can force one of our protectees, like a governor, to stop doing something or force him to move somewhere, is when he's actively being attacked, right?
Right.
So a lot of times we'll be somewhere and a lot of people, whether it's civilians or law enforcement, will be like, "Why are you here? Why aren't you leaving? Get you somewhere else safe." And again, when things are going on in the area, he's not actively being shot at and this and that. Our job is to make sure that our protectees can do what they need to do while keeping them safe. Our job isn't to rush them into a, bank vault every time someone sneezes, right? If with the amount of criminal activity and stuff that happens around this state, if every time something suspicious happened in an area, we had to rush our protectees somewhere safe, then they'd never get to do their jobs, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we have to go with the flow. Sometimes they want to be somewhere where they might not uh, be safe, and other people might be, trying to give that suggestion as well as us. But again, that's all we can do is give suggestions in most of those cases because they have to do their jobs.
No, yeah, I understand that. And I know they have a lot of freedom too. Like you said, you can't really tell them what to do. But has there is there anything, or it could be more
For
than one thing?
example,
Oh,
right? When the
yeah.
when the governor wants to climb a crane in his underwear,
Oh,
it's
oh,
hard for me to stop him, right?
I feel like you're talking about somebody very specific right now.
No, just an hypothetical.
Just hypothetical. I never did that. Just for your information, I never did that.
Just for the record, right?
For the record, I never did that ever. But talking about that though, I know you said you can't really control your protectees, which makes sense, especially in this state. But is there anything in specific, or it could be more than one thing, that makes a protectee like just a nightmare client? This makes it really hard to protect them to the point
Yeah,
where
going
you don't
back to
really.
Ugug, um, he would just in the beginning he would berate the agents,
What do you
and
mean?
well, he'd like flip them off, scream at them. Had to tone him down a bit, but eventually he got to the point where he didn't really want us around because he would smash our cars and kick them and beat them and run
Oh,
away. Yeah, so eventually he just started to go off on his own without us. So
well, let's be
that's
honest. Agug is a special case, though.
no, that's true.
He is a special case. What about somebody like, I don't know, let's say Serrano right now, right? If what is something, just again hypothetical, he doesn't necessarily have to be doing this right now, right? But what is something that he could do to make your job a nightmare, like just the worst? Somebody
It's
more
hard to
normal.
answer that question. Make my life a nightmare.
Is
My
it
life
more
is
of like a
usually a
situational thing?
nightmare. Yeah, my life is usually a nightmare when chaos is happening.
So it's more situational then, more than anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like I'm okay with everything until 30 people are screaming in an area. Then I'm starting to my blood pressure's shaking.
Oh gosh. Dang. Okay. I like how you're using Ugug for every single bad example.
It's a great one.
I mean, like he was like all right, you know. I
Now
mean,
again, sometimes you'll have a protectee that purposefully is going out of his way and being rude to people or sticking his nose where he shouldn't be. Different examples. Like, for one example, right, not even a bad thing. One of the mayors, Colin Perez, tried to get involved in taking down some big crime in the state, and it turned into him getting murdered um, by the same people he was trying to take down. So
oh yeah,
there's everything from 0 to 100, right? So that's just one example. That can make my job difficult too, right? When a protectee starts to poke their nose around in dangerous places, and then I have to beef things up.
more when protectees are getting into things that are kind of um not really something they should be focusing on. I guess.
Yeah, getting a little too involved.
Right. Yeah. And because of because of something that a protectee has ever done, or just because of maybe the situation that happened, maybe they're trying to get assassinated or something. I want you to tell me a time where you've ever had to go like off script on a security plan completely, and you had to
Every day.
improvise. Tell me the craziest situation that you've been in. What went down?
It's
It's
hard
hard
to
to pinpoint
pinpoint
one,
one,
but the
but the
craziest and
craziest and
most
most
fun are
fun are
definitely the
definitely the
ones where we
ones where
get
we
to
get
leave
to
the
leave
state.
state. You know, the ones where we get to take our protectees to Cayo
Puerto
Perico,
Rico,
the
the
Arctic,
Arctic,
Pakistan,
Pakistan,
you
you
know,
know,
DC
DC,
even.
even like
All
all
of
of
those.
those.
Those
Those
are
are
the
the
most
most
incredible and fun experiences because you never really know what you're getting into. Like when you go to another country, uh, those are always unpredictable and they require big planning, which I like. They're bigger, bigger details with more planning that go into them, and the unpredictability of everything there is it keeps you on your toes. And you get to see other places. There's a lot of things about that, but those are definitely the most fun.
Which one of those do you think was the craziest one? Maybe it's like one that like caught you really off guard that you didn't expect at all. Or
So it would have been the first time we took a protectee to Cayo Perico. It was Gordy Moss, the former governor. And it was all great until the end, and we were driving back to the airport, and an RPG flew right over the limo by like inches. And we got him back to the airport and got away, but just that rocket flying inches over it was just out of country getting attacked by a rocket, is scary.
oh, I
You
don't know
don't
if
have the
you're.
same resources here, or like all the police respond and this and that. It's not the same, so it's a little more scary.
All right, Chris, in your 11 years of doing Secret Service things in this state and also in the other states, what do you think has been the most defining moment of this career you've had?
Definitely the most defining moment is the day I came to this state. It was the day I got to expand this department in far more ways than I ever got to before because of the way in the state works, the dynamic here, right? Just all of the way everything works together in this state to flow. It's definitely been the most interesting ride of all of it so far.
What specifically did you have an opportunity to do in this state that you didn't have in the other?
So any other state, it it uh, it was more or less just your typical average. Like nothing really happened. You know, you did your you went around with your protectee. They went to their places and you went home. Nothing ever happened. Granted, that's a great thing, right? That's what you want to happen. But coming here, it's nonstop action, right? Uh, it gives me something to thrive towards by creating my department in different unique ways to adapt to all those different dynamics and things in the state. It's I've got to open my department a lot and expand it and create things that I might not have otherwise created in other states because of all the things that happen in this wacky little state.
I agree, man. Um, and you're, I know you have different divisions within Secret Service, right? You have NTAC, you have CAT, you have UD. Did those exist before you came to this state, or are those something that you also got the chance to make as you got here?
So they existed in other states, right? Um, but not to the same degree. Um, so this state I really got to look at expanding all of those because of all the different opportunities in this state, right? Like all the dynamics, there's far more counterfeit currency crimes and threats against politicians in this state by tenfold than other states, right? And the amount of activity that goes on in the state with everything, it's allowed me to expand all those departments, expand my cat division to adapt to all the new kinds of threats that are constantly facing us here. Adapt my uniform division and NTAC to dealing with everything that's going on here that isn't really going on in other states.
All right. All right. Okay. And be honest with me, Chris. Okay, I'm asking. This is a genuine question.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
be honest.
this is a genuine question for especially for all your agents. Okay,
Oh goodness,
what is the best division? Be honest.
they're all great,
No,
but
no,
the
no. I
best
don't want to
division
hear
is
that.
is DPD.
No, 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 no.
Oh
Besides
yeah,
DPD, I don't want
no,
to
the
hear it,
best
Chris. No,
division,
stop
DPD.
being
But of
unbiased. I need you
all
to
the
be biased for
divisions,
this one time.
that is the best division
Why?
because you're
I mean,
protecting.
you're protecting in all other divisions.
Yeah, but you're protecting on in that right in there. You're right in there. If bullets are coming at your protectee, they're coming at you. That's DPD.
I mean, okay, but besides DPD, come on, NTAC or UD.
No, they're all different. There's no best, right? They all do completely different things. It's easy to say a best when two people are fighting for the same thing, right? It's like who's better at it. But Cat is 100 times different and does 100 times different things than UD does than NTAC does. They're all insanely different. There's very few similarities between them, so it's hard to compare them like that.
Come on, bro, you got to give me more than that.
Oh, come on. No, that's great. Come on. There is no favorite. It's like, how's a father supposed to pick a favorite child?
Whichever child is the richest.
No, I see.
I mean, that's just it's all right.
Did your dad love you?
Um, that's a good
He'd love you
question.
now. He'd love you now. Look at this place.
That's a good question, man. That's a good question, man. You know what? Screw this. Um, I think everybody's questioning this because, like you said earlier, you've been through every single governor, every single mayor, every single um person who has ran for mayoral or
It's been
gubernatorial
so many.
position.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
can't even remember them all.
How do you maintain that neutrality in such like
Maintain the
n-
what? Pardon?
your neutrality, like
Hmm.
without being biased, even though you've probably made friends with every single one of them? How do you like maintain that, like with everything you
I
do?
think you just answered your own question. The reason why it's easy and there's no issues and it just comes naturally is because I am friends with everyone. I'm not friends with someone.
I mean,
So
even the people you didn't really like, um, I guess, like become good friends with, like you guys never came to a common understanding on anything. Like,
it's again that's again because the way I do my job here, right? I have become close with every protectee. Anyone who's ever become a mayor or a governor, I let them know I'm personally here for you as the head. I'm personally here for you to fight for you, protect you, and help you with your issues as well.
dang, okay. And on, yeah, when I remember when I became governor, you helped a lot with that. Like, I remember even showed me documents, um, of everything I could do and all that
Yeah,
stuff, and it was
because
very,
sometimes like governors step into the spot, right, and they've never been a governor before, right?
yeah,
And
they
the
go in blind.
state, they go in blind, and the state doesn't just have a here's your, this is you as governor. No, it's like there's things for you scattered across across everywhere. You got to figure out how you can change laws, how you can do this, what are your powers, how much power do you have over this, over that, over this. When this is happening, there's like millions of examples, right? And it's like you're navigating like a newborn baby, right? You have to learn everything. So I try my best to be there and use my 3.5 years of experience here to give them as much information as I can to help them.
Yeah, and even then, I mean, I was governor for 2 terms, which was a very long time, um, And even by the end of my second term, there was things that I learned that I could do that I was never told that I can do, or that I was always told I couldn't do. You know,
Exactly.
and just make this clear for all of the people watching right now. This is in defense of every protectee that's been in line ever. It is a lot harder to get things done than it looks. If I mean, if you guys are trying to get a law, if a protectee is trying to get a law in place, like a governor or something, it is very hard, especially if they're trying to get in like maybe a theme park that the people of San Andreas want. Right? It is the hardest thing ever. It is never guaranteed. I tried very hard to do it, and a lot of your protectees are probably trying hard to do that now. And you guys need to be a little bit understanding. It's very hard to get things in the state, um, especially as a protectee. It might seem easy, but it's not. Um, However, we are going to move on to a little segment that I wanted to do with you, Chris, called the Hustlers Drill. Okay.
The
Uh,
hustler's drill.
yep. This is basically going to be a Q&A, Q&A blitz. I'm going to ask you a couple, like, just really random questions, and you just have to answer them.
I'm ready.
It could be anything from, like, I don't know, your favorite combat boot brand, or like, I don't know, the last time you cried at a movie, or
So if you ask
anything
me
like
what my
that.
favorite food is, and I say the last time I cried at a movie, th-
What?
I'm just kidding.
What? Okay. This will last a minute. No, this will last 30 seconds, okay?
All right, lightning round.
All right, ready? Are we do we have the timer set back there? Tony.
You're good.
Tony. We're
You're
good. We're
good.
good.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Chris, do you dye your hair?
No,
What's your favorite color?
black.
Black. How often do you need to use the restroom on a detail? Be honest.
At the end.
Really? You don't ever just like, sneak a poop in suburban or anything?
There's no need for me to sneak no poops.
Also, you just do it out in public?
Ate lots of fiber.
Right. Okay. Pineapple on pizza or sardines on pizza?
Neither. Disgusting.
All right,
gotta
it's
pick
up.
one.
That
You
that
gotta
was the
pick
quick
one.
30-second. We might want to do
Oh.
another 30.
We're
Pineapple.
doing another 30.
All right,
Pineapple.
it's starting now.
What's your favorite car to drive on duty?
Repeat that.
What's your favorite car to drive on duty?
Ooh, the limo.
Limo. What is the craziest thing you've done while driving, just for fun?
There's a video of me and you hitting a jump really fast.
No, I remember that. Okay. What is the least slash most corrupt thing you've ever done?
Probably hit that jump with you very dangerously.
Time's up.
What is
Time's up.
who's your? Are you kidding me right now? Okay.
Well, then just say,
There you go. Time's up. Thank you, Chris. I
Ah.
appreciate it.
Whew.
Well, Chris, before we end this off, I just want to say I appreciate you for coming, and you're an amazing
You know,
friend.
Cornelius, it's always a pleasure to see you. Seeing you brings me back to those old times. That nostalgia just rushes back. I'm just like, yes.
Even after everything I allegedly did.
It still brings back good memories.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Well, I just want to thank you for coming here. You're an amazing friend. You are an amazing department head, and honestly, in my opinion, and I'm sure in the opinion of every single agent in your department, that department would not be able to function without you and your second in command, Ryan. You guys work very well together. You guys are different in a lot of ways, and it just makes up a great combo. So yeah, thank you for protecting me for 2 terms and for protecting everybody else who you've protected. And thank you for putting up with me.
Honestly, I appreciate that so much, but all these viewers here need to know too that you are an incredible human. You serve this state for like what, a year straight, like every day, like serving these people, listening to their requests. And I gotta hand it to you. You did a lot of great things for these people too. So, they gotta hand it to you too. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of you guys were saying I was the most inactive governor. That is false. That is false. Chris, tell him. Come on, tell him. I was on every single day. I mean, come on. There was only like a week that I took of a break, but that's beside the point. Chris, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the people of San Andreas before we end this off?
The people of San Andreas, you know, I know a lot of you here. A lot of you are good friends of mine, ranging from best friends, close friends, to acquaintances. Regardless, I love you all, and I hope you all stay safe. And, subscribe to the Higglebottom Hustle Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what? One last thing, Chris. Do you have a last message for the Rusty Boy Foundation? Who wants to play golf with you?
You know, if we were able to drop a little contract with some terms I had, we might be able to get something settled.
Really? Okay, there you go, Rusty Boys. As a matter of fact, those chickens to your left are dedicated to them. So
What is?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I don't think you noticed them. Yeah.
No, I noticed them.
Yeah.
These and the man in the middle. These are my
Oh no,
favorite.
that's one of my good friends. Don't worry about it. Anyways, um, and you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on another certified gold stamped episode of the Pimp Protocol. Once again, big love to director Chris Handsome, a real one, and a protector, and a man with stories deeper than the vault at his bank. Um, I think we all had a good laugh. I think we all learned a lot about what it takes to be in his position. We peeled back a lot of layers on one of the most mysterious power players in the game over here. And because that's just what we do here. You know, there's no fluff, there's no filters. It's just real talk, raw stories, and a heavy dose of hustle here. And if you like this episode, make sure that you drop a comment and tell us who you want to see next in the hot seat. You know, it could be politicians, pirate breakers, street legends. We want it all, people. And that is it. Till next time, make sure you keep your shoes shined, your suit sharp, in protocol. Oh gosh, I stuttered. You know, I'm dying. I'm dying. All right, end it. I'm done.
He's dying.
I'm
He's
done.
done.
I'm done.
You're done. You're
I'm
cut
done.
off.
I'm done.
That's a wrap.
All right, but anyways, you're tuned into the Higglebottom Hustle Network and the Pimp Protocol, where every conversation is laced with class, chaos, and a little bit of controversy. All righty, people, that is it. On to the bloopers. Bye bye.
Crash. Ugh.
Oh.
Ugh. Oh. No.
Oh.